YouTube and Facebook. Join the Facebook group, and all the scripts and everything are there, but more importantly, there's videos for you to watch.
So Real Face Talk?
Real Sales Talk.
REAL.
REAL. Guy's named Paulie Campagno, and Paulie was a top agent in Las Vegas and is now assistant team leader and productivity manager in Austin, Texas. I steal all this stuff. So as you can see at the top of my script, it says Paulie's Playbook. You can download his playbook and you get all the scripts. It's awesome.
How do you spell his name?
His last name?
Yeah, Paulie, P-A-U-L.
Yeah, it's Paul Campanero. And I don't know how to spell it, but it's the Real Sales Talk is a Facebook group that you have to join. Yeah.
M-A-R-O. Or N-I-E-R.
I'll find it and I'll
Be on for a
email
couple of
you
days
guys.
at work.
Okay. Ask Tim. His
Welcome
partner
back.
will.
Thank you.
I can spell
Thank you. Oh, yeah, welcome back to a team meeting.
I would say your partner would know.
I was using you as an example yesterday.
Are you where?
I need
And I don't
cat.
know if I'm right or not.
No, maybe not out.
Yeah.
You know, whether someone's down or not. Making stuff. They all want money, but what's the real motivation? And like, you can come back and like,
Yeah, he's already told me he's gonna make it. He's always told me he was gonna make me talk today. Yeah. Culture. Yeah.
yeah, at the end of the day, we all have like really issues today. If you're doing
So you're
this.
in it now? Right. How's it been for you? How many lists do you have?
Without my environment, allow me to see my life.
I'm ready.
I'm sure yes.
Well, you know what, right?
They get started, very early. So,
Is this today?
yes.
Good morning.
I need to get down, lock it in.
And they've got 4 little.
Good morning, Jim.
Yeah, nice little mastermind this morning.
Good.
This is next month.
They're still there. Yeah. I don't.
We set it on Monday, it's on the calendar.
Good for you, buddy.
And then,
I think they're next year.
and make sure you're on that.
Oh, you're there.
Good morning. Let's get started. Somebody give me some good news. Jeff Ford, my birthday. Happy birthday, Jeff. Other good news.
I'm waiting on baby. I'm waiting on baby.
You all,
It was last Tuesday.
let's go ahead and get started, guys. Did you all see the multiple pictures? Where you started the meeting?
If we can stop talking, come on, use your teacher voice, go. Are you allowed?
Oh, today's the National Be Quiet in the Sales Meeting.
I can't hear you. Hold on. Today's national what?
The National Day of Be Quiet on the sales team for Hillary.
Do you know what the commandment says, thou shalt not bear false witness or lie? So don't lie.
Oh my God, okay. But I can tell you
God
something.
is here too. Good job.
There you go.
Today's the National Men Make Dinner Day.
Oh, nice.
Remind us, okay? National Men.
We don't want that in my house.
What? A what?
We don't want that in my house.
What do you have? What do you do?
National Man Make Dinner.
Good. Well, you also, I
My
want
husband,
to
you
yes.
can clean like nobody else, but you must go. Poor Jimmy, they will not do
People talking, you'll eventually figure it out.
No.
So guys, I want to just take a minute and
And he'll be
thank
the
our
first to.
amazing staff. With all those pictures they did for Halloween, just beyond amazing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
love
and-
it.
And Kimberly, tell them whose ideas these were, where they came from the ceremony.
It was sort of a group effort. We kind of start last year,
Oh.
what we're gonna do this year. So we are gonna do a drawing. So if you dressed up yesterday or answered the trivia questions correct.
I dressed up yesterday. Did you take note and you got?
And I got through
Okay, good.
it. Jen,
I came all the way in here.
Right.
if you win, you get one free month.
You are very bossy.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I make sure she's so observant and amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Winner.
Courtney Morgan.
Yay, Courtney Morgan, let's give her a hand, you all, yay! Hey guys, when you look at these, 1, 2, 3, 4. By a show of applause, which one's your favorite? Is this one your favorite?
No.
All right, no, okay. Is this one your favorite? Okay, show of applause. This one. I love that one, I really did. That was probably my favorite one, okay? What about this one up here? Okay, I agree. Now, this was my favorite one because I was out of town and saw it. I thought they were amazing. And I had to look 3 times to say, who is this person down here?
They look great.
And you have to really look right here. Can you see Kimberly right here?
Oh, it was great.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. Who that was?
It was amazing.
Because I didn't just fix the good
Anyway, guys, it was fun, guys, and I love the stuff that they did that. So anyway, guys, that was a great news for the week. But the best news for the week was that I was out of town. I was at the Keller Williams Southeast Regional Meeting in Huntsville. We've been to Huntsville, Alabama before. What do you think about Huntsville? It's not good, okay? There's no easy way to get to Huntsville, really. No, there is not.
I-20 and then head north, what do you do? 20 to Birmingham and north, how do you do it?
Well,
Cross country?
Did you go 65, what is that, 75 and then hit 59 and go through Gunnersville and?
There is no direct route to Huntsville. It's a huge, gorgeous little town. But there was some there, and I get a text from somebody, and she says, Jim, I'd like to come home. So Danielle, tell us about. Danielle's like one of my wayward children. Is this true?
Yeah.
She was here, and she left, she came back, and she left me, and now she's back to the side of her.
That was a joke. That was something totally different. That was years ago.
Well, I get it, that's what I
Yeah.
I still remember.
Yes, I know.
That's right. I was worried about the whole thing. But anyway, so give us like, what was your number one reason coming back?
Well, the reason why I came back was really just because I missed all the people. So, I mean, I still mastermind with, with people in here that I mastermind with, but so like group talks, people get together, but I just missed the people. So where I was a great group of people, but it really wasn't home. So this has been home for a while. So, you kind of you leave home and you realize you miss home. So I don't think my college age boys have figured that out yet, but. So, but really it's just about the people. It wasn't whether or not like they were a bad brokerage or this is a better brokerage. It's really just about the people and I think it said something about, you know, like for me, I like being in the office and the vibe with all the people in the office. So, I get, I don't know, just like you absorb it when you're here. So anyway, and then really from the time that I left to the time that I came back, all kinds of stuff happened for us personally as well, or good things, but the reasons for leaving kind of changed in that short span, so.
We're thrilled to have Daniel back, and have her back, and that she missed our culture back, and we miss the people here back, which, you don't know how amazing this group is beyond amazing. My SDLC, like meeting, I said, so what do you think is our most treasured asset? And the management said, on the staff. So that, which is really good. Anyway, guys, we're glad to have Danielle back. And Danielle, we're gonna keep you. At least.
I won't leave until I retire.
Okay. Y'all heard her say that. She said until she retired.
Or maybe somewhere to be with my kids, I guess.
Exactly right. Anyway, we're glad to have you. Moving on. Agent Caravan from Mayor to Priest, 4222 Braid Lane, Kennesaw. There's two bags. There is going to be a first 20 agents will receive a Starbucks gift card, guys. So look at all the stuff that we're doing now to get houses sold. We're having a caravan. We're giving away Starbucks cards. We're having to reduce the price, guys. So definitely the market is shifting, and so please go by if you have a chance to take a look at this house and support Miriam. And again, that is from 11:30 to 1:30 at 4222 Braid Lane, Kennesaw, Georgia. Help her out, okay? Okay, Reed, are you up, or Jeff is Chief?
Two weeks ago, we missed the following part.
Good morning, Keller
Good morning.
Good morning.
Buenos días. Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Louder.
Buenos días, Keller Williams.
Buenos días, señor.
So we've got a bunch of CE classes coming up. One, introduction to condominiums. Who here would like more information on selling condos, maybe the ins and outs of it? This is a great class. It's going to be via Zoom. So we'll send out the announcement again, but supremebest.com/GA condos. We're going to register. We get a Zoom link, so we can meet in here, and then if you can't come, it'll be Zoom too.
And then John Maxwell, we've been doing this leadership series partnered with Keller Williams over the past year, and they've got a line of different people. John Maxwell's been on and coming back to talk about some more different things, and they've been really beneficial. I've heard from some of you guys how you really like them and things that you learned to apply to family, life, and work, and how you can interact with people. It's a really great opportunity to come to. So that's going to be on the 7th at 2 o'clock. It will be another Zoom, just easy to get on there and access.
And it'll be live too, by the way.
Okay, now, a lot of you were asking me, do something in Spanish. So I'm going to say this in Spanish because it's only in Spanish. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's only in Spanish. We're gonna have a great event. You know Tony Robbins? Mm-hmm. Okay, so this guy is the Spanish ambassador for Tony Robbins, and he's gonna be at Supreme Lending next week on November 9th. Unfortunately, for some of you, it's only in Spanish. It's gonna be only in Spanish. Fortunately, for those of you who speak Spanish, Adriana. Okay, thank you very much. But we need your help. This is, you know, we have the Supreme Best program. We have so many speakers, events. We want you to be successful, and we think that this is going to be a great opportunity for the Spanish speakers. For those of you who know somebody who speaks Spanish, a realtor who you know wants to benefit for this, please let them know. We're going to put all these information, all these programs in the Facebook, so you can check it out right there. Okay.
Will there be subtitles?
No subtitles, unfortunately, but I can translate after that.
Put my headset
No,
on.
I mean,
It is a fantastic opportunity, and I know this is the last thing our agents think about. It's a fantastic opportunity to invite somebody who's not an agent that you work with, who's not with KW, and who's a Spanish speaker and needs some support to these events. Okay, fantastic.
Thank you, that's a great idea.
So Camilla, what will the topic be?
Oh, it's talking about persuasion, motivation, engagement, so many items, and the LIE always likes to develop the talk based on what the people is around. So we're gonna be mostly realtors right there, so we're gonna cover that part.
Sunday.
Don't, okay, I know that you speak Spanish. That's gonna be at Supreme Lending headquarters in Alpharetta. If you guys went to the Fannie Mae, to the other parties on the street, but it's not, it's in Alpharetta.
Alpharetta.
We'll give you some information right there, but it's on November 9th from 2 to 6. And after it's finished, happy hour,
Ooh.
Latino style.
Can we just come to the happy hour?
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Meaning it starts at 4, but show up at 6?
Well, yeah, why not?
Yes. Why not?
So we're really excited about this lock, shop, and drop. So customers can lock in a rate for the next 60 days. It takes them through the end of the year. They don't have to worry about rates going up. Once they go under contract, this is before going under contract. Once they go under contract, rates are lower, they can drop to the lower rate up until just a couple of days.
Without cost.
Without cost.
Tell me again, I'm sorry?
Yeah, so they lock in now before they find a home. It covers them for the next 60 days. That's not gonna be their rate locked in, that's just gonna be the ceiling, okay? They know, so that way they know their rate won't be higher than that. Rates are lower once they find a home and go under contract. Rates go down, then they lock in, they drop down to that lower rate. So lock, shop, and drop, right? So this is really, I mean, it's just a no-brainer. It's just like insurance. It's kind of like, okay, yeah, I know my rate won't be higher than this for the next 60 days, but if I'm closing between now and the end of the year, I'm like, maybe I get something less, right? So it's really a great program.
The class was excellent. Was it recorded?
It wasn't recorded at the class, no, but we send you, you guys get the
I
slides.
got it, thank you.
I mean, whoever is interested in all these, and for those of you, raise your hands who were here on Friday. Look at this. But yeah, I mean, you can see it was a really great opportunity to understand more about all these programs. So we share some slides with you all, some of you, so we can share whoever wants more slides about this information. We can send that over.
So I was on a webinar yesterday, and that person, they had a calculator that you could put in for all these buy downs. Do you guys have that?
Yep. So if you ever have a property that you're listing or you're looking to buy, or just, hey, I have somebody looking at a 400,000 price range.
Also, do you have like a mortgage calculator link that we could use? Or?
We have to where if you just tell us, we can put it all in there and send you the as close estimate for either exact property or, hey, just a price range. And she'll break down for all three of them, this is how much it is, and whatever, just email me.
And to you, it's because it's case by case. So it depends on the conversation that you have with the client, 5% down, 10%, 20%, things might gonna change. So we don't want to get so complicated and.
So with the 3-2 buy down, say you're in year 2, and I know that money goes into escrow to offset. Do they get that money back
if they refinance?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the other benefit for the buyer is that's instant escrow if they adjust. Okay.
That they didn't pay a penny for. In fact, there was an additional equity in their home to refinance. Great. And then with the buy downs, I know we talked about that at the Friday meeting. Glad for the people who came to lunch and learn. And then with the buy downs is the next one of the two-step program that we've been talking about, which goes along with that refinance of if you purchase with Supreme, then after 9 months, you can refinance with us for 0 Supreme fees, which is going to be a minimum savings of about $2,300. If they don't change the title, it could be several hundred or over $1,000 more in savings. So that's huge for people who are worried about things right now. You know, if they get the 2-1 buy down or do anything to get a lower interest rate, then come back, refinance for even cheaper, and then have a lower interest rate then. they're just in a great opportunity and it's great savings for people buying right now.
We're confident rates are gonna be much better or lower next time this year, yeah. So that's why we are so confident to do this.
Are you all any other questions at all? Move on.
What are the rates today?
How are they?
What are they today?
What are they at?
7.14.
High sixes, 7.
Usually like, cause it's supposed to go today.
Great.
So I'm ready to go.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good morning, everyone. Morning with Thompson Brown. We have a couple of classes coming up. One is this week on the 3rd. At 1 o'clock, it's disclosures, inspections, repairs, oh my. So we're gonna talk about all of those things. Cheryl is gonna be the instructor. If you have not had a class with her, she's great. She's funny, informative. We always get good feedback, which is nice. We love that. We love good feedback, right? And then we have one coming up for contract changes. It's not until December 8th, but really that's not that far from now. I mean, it seems like it is, but it's not. And it'll be important too for the 2023 changes. And Cheryl's actually on the board that writes some of those changes, so she'll be a really good person to hear from. So those are our two. Bless you. Jim's so excited. He got choked up.
Got closer to me. Choke me up.
So excited. But anyway, so we look forward to seeing you guys at those. And
Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Mr. Welcome, American Home Show. Come on up.
hello.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Hey y'all, I'm Tiffany with American Home Shield Warranty. So happy to be here today. I have gotten a chance to meet some of you and work with some of you, but there's a lot of faces in this room I haven't yet been able to connect with. So I wanted to start off and just introduce myself and share a little bit of information about me. I would love if you guys could either scan the QR code, or if it's too far, just put my number in your phone and shoot me a text with your name so we can connect. My phone number is kind of small there, 770-241-3760. For those of you that have been in the business for a while, I'm the new Rhonda. You've worked with Rhonda for years. I'm here to just help support your business in any way that I can. Help with any warranty needs, answer any questions. If you have buyers or sellers that might be interested in a warranty and they would like to speak with me directly, I'm happy to do that. And today I really wanted to focus, since we're in the Halloween scary season, I know that was yesterday, but we're still sort of there. So, you know, right now in the market, something we're hearing is buyers are getting scared. Don't know if you've heard the latest stat, but 22% of buyers right now in Atlanta are backing out of deals. That is one of the highest rates in the nation. And a warranty is something that can help with that. So today I just want to spend a few minutes focusing on how a warranty can help you, can help your sellers, can benefit your sellers. This is a handy dandy little 10 card. I'm gonna leave because I have another Keller Williams meeting. So I'm gonna leave some information in there by breakfast. So if you wanna grab some of these, but this is a little easel back card that you can put on a foyer table or on an island. And it just says this home comes with a 1-year American Home Shield warranty. Well, this is a great way to make your listing stand out and help buyers, just give them peace of mind. So they don't get scared and back out of these deals. That's a huge benefit for your seller. When you get a home inspection, a warranty can help keep the deal together so it doesn't fall through and these buyers don't back out. It can make the home more marketable. Most homes are not coming with a 1-year warranty. That's a huge advantage. So have that conversation up front when you're going to the listing appointment. Roll it into the list price, you know, depending on what warranty you get. The highest one we have would be $775. And roll that into the list price. It's worth it to help give the buyer peace of mind. And the deal starts, the warranty policy starts. We want to protect the sellers and the buyers. So the home warranty starts the day you list. So the seller is getting that protection throughout the listing. And there's no money due until closing. So no obligation. If you put the warranty on the listing, and for some reason it backs out, you know, I mean, it falls through, no money is due. Even if American Home Shield has paid out claims for your seller, you can still cancel it up to closing. So keep that in mind. And then also post-close, how many of you love to get that phone call post-close because a buyer bought a home and 5 days after closing, the HVAC went out, the refrigerator busted. No one wants to get that call because all you can say is either welcome to home ownership, or you can say, hey, remember that home warranty the home came with? Call American Home Shield. So we want them to call us and not call you guys. So post-close protection, that's huge. You guys should all have this little flyer. I'm not going to spend too much time going through the different coverage plans because you guys can kind of see this on your own. But American Home Shield did roll out new home warranty plans April 1st. And since we're talking about seller's coverage, during the listing period, the coverage level will be Shield Essential, which covers the basic systems. But the buyer coverage that starts, whether you're giving that to the buyer if you're representing the seller, or whether you're representing the buyer and you're asking for American Home Shield. Highly recommend Shield Complete. That's our top of the line plan. $700 for single family, $600 for condo townhome. A couple things that make this Shield Complete really great is you get $1,250 in code modification permits. That's those out-of-pocket costs that come with, you know, a lot of times with warranty claims. It really helps. Also, it's our only plan that comes with unlimited Freon and refrigerant. I just had somebody a couple weeks ago have to pay $1,000 in refrigerant. That's not fun. And so that's a huge asset. $7,000 appliance limit. So for high-end appliances, Shield Complete's definitely the one you want. Kimberly. And then this is something you may not know about. American Home Shield, I think, is one of the few warranty partners you guys have that actually puts money back in your pocket for the warranties. This is a RESPA compliant rebate, and how it works is we are paying you to give us the contact information for all parties involved in the transaction. Makes for a smoother process for everyone, a better experience for them. So we pay $50 for the seller name, email, and phone number. We pay you $75 for the buyer name, email, and phone number. And if you have to do a little bit of work up front to get both of them in there and work with the co-op agent to get both of them in the warranty, we pay you $100 for both. So that's for every single warranty. So that can be a great income stream if you're doing lots of transactions, $100 per transaction back in your pocket. And then this is something I really wanted to share with you guys. I know sometimes people say, you know, warranties don't cover anything, they don't pay anything out. We have paid out for Keller Williams Atlanta North alone in 2022, $103,153 in claims. So that is warranties that your agents have sold, claims that have been filed that we've paid out. So that is huge. And just to share, the top payout was for air conditioning. Appliances was a second top payout. So I just thought that was interesting. And just, if you ever have people that they say that, oh, well, warranties don't cover anything, you can share that number with them. You know, American Home Shield's paid out over $100,000 year to date in claims for your office. So does anyone have any questions about American Home Shield, about the warranties? Call me anytime. I can help walk you through or set up policies for you. If anything comes up when you file a claim, if you ever get a call, issue with a vendor, that's what I'm here for. So call me, don't call the 1-800 number, and I'm always happy to help.
Brand you all. Danielle, pick your favorite
I'd say we could.
Y4C2Ts. Which one jumped out at you today?
I mean, probably teamwork, yes.
Teamwork, that's a great one, guys. Yeah, anytime you can work with the other agent, y'all can work together as a team. Does it make it easier for everybody? Yeah. That's for sure.
But just the office staff.
What'd you say?
The office staff.
Oh, yeah. For sure. But thanks for picking up that one. Group coaching, understanding the amendment to address concerns on October the 26th. All right.
26.
Next year. We're giving you plenty of advance warnings, like we're encouraging and putting listings with Kimberly Griffin on Wednesday, November the 2nd, tomorrow from 11 to 12. Fair housing course, guys, you need this, so you know if you're being compliant. 3 hours of C credit, $20 to register out for education, and that is coming up on November the 3rd, Thursday. Career night is coming up, guys. If people are now thinking about why it's a good time for me to be getting into real estate, well, you can come on Thursday night from 5 to 6. Rob will be here and talking to you about what is going on and how to get into real estate and sort of what the procedure is. We even have a free school for them. Won't add anything to that, Rob?
So our greatest referral source for new quality agents is you all in this room. So if you have people, friends, family that are thinking about getting into real estate, I would love to have a conversation with them and show them how they can go through this for free, or if they decide to do something different, I can tell them how it is.
With this, I'm sorry.
They don't have to be in this office. I mean, they.
Well, I was wondering, yeah,
Yeah.
what if I have, so I just met someone that's with another brokerage and wants to come in here, would this be a good place for them, or just to come in and meet you guys instead?
They're already agents.
Yeah, meet you, me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that.
I'll take them to lunch.
For good talent.
Okay, I'll tell them.
And you can come too.
Okay, thanks.
Command happy hours coming up, guys. Thursday, November 3rd. Jump on Command with Kevin Jackson. If you're one of those thinking, oh, Command does not work, you do not know what you're talking about, because it's an amazing tool, but you do have to be trained on how it works, guys. Thursday, November the 3rd from 5 to 6 with Kevin Jackson. Save the date. Coming up, our Punch Bowl Social is going to be for our annual holiday party. It is going to be December the 9th. It is going to be a wonderful event, guys. Something a little bit different this year. Put it on your calendar, and it is bring a date or come by yourself, whatever suits you best, but no children at all. Lessons learned, Rob.
Lessons learned. So this really doesn't have to do with a specific deal. So in the last 2 or 3 weeks, I subscribed to Inman, right? And Inman is our industry, really voice, right? And over and over and over from every leader in real estate, there's been articles that say we need to double down on whatever lead generation you're doing heading into next year. So I could speak from experience on this. I was lending for a long time and getting paid like a shortstop for the Yankees. And then all of a sudden, I couldn't make a minor league team, right? Because the market shifted very quickly. Our market from July to now has shifted very quickly. We don't know what's coming in the future. We think rates are going to come back down and everything. We've had a great economist. But if you're not diving into your database, having quality conversations, expiring withdrawals are coming back with a vengeance right now because people are overpricing listings, and you just need to be having conversations twice as much as you think you need, because we want you all to do great next year. And I'm committed to helping you guys and talking to you and giving you the tools that you need. So.
Well, Amy's gone now. So tell me something that she said to you all that may have surprised you. She gave us a quote. You know what the quote was?
It was 22% of the, now I can't.
Buyers?
Buyers, thank you, are backing out or something like that.
In Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
Yeah.
And the guys, who in here has heard that quote?
I have. There's
And where's it come from? Who says that?
So
What's the source?
actually one of our loan officers,
Okay,
or
one of the
a
officers,
loan
okay.
officer told me that there was a specific
A loan officer
office.
told you that, okay? All right.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
News.
So, Jeff, do you have a source?
I was told that's what FMLS would show you.
All right, so what he just now said, I was told. So guys, that drives me crazy. Cause this nice lady, and she's got a great home warranty program, she gets up and she tells you all, by the way, guys, guess what? 22% of all buyers are backing out of deals. And I'm like, says who? Has anybody else here heard that? Has anybody seen any place? Because I cannot find that statistic. I looked.
It was
There's a lot
they.
of back on markets on FMLS.
Sir?
I love it. It's always they. They said.
They said, but that's where our news is coming from. People that get up and say, they say, so why do we have to repeat it, guys? That, I looked for that information myself, because I love stats, and I could not find it out there. I said, do me a favor, if you find it, you come see me, because I want to be the most informed person in the room, guys. But we have got to stop listening to, well, I almost said a dirty word. Crap like that, unless we can verify that. Could that be true? I mean, sure it could be true. I'm not saying it's not true, but now, I don't want to embarrass that lady, and I did not. I would say, well, tell me, what source are you getting that from? So we've got to stop doing that, and even saying that Inman is our real estate source. Inman's not a real estate source. They're political. I mean, they're political also. So what's our source for information? Us.
Yeah.
You guys are out there doing a lot of business, guys. You guys.
Metrics.
So before you spread that kind of stuff, guys, make sure that you verify it, because that is just not true. So guys, Dottie.
I think we're all suffering from the shock of how fast the interest rates had gone up. And many of the agents in this office have never worked in a time when the rates were higher than 5%.
True.
So it's a learning curve for sure. But I can tell you, it is much more fun to work in a balanced market where you have 14 days on appraisal, you have 21 days on appraisal, 14 days on finance, and sellers are paying for home warranties. I mean, all of those things fell by the wayside because of the severe seller's market. But when it's balanced, everybody wins more of what they want.
Dottie, that's why next year will be my 40th anniversary, because I'm not Mr. Mill yet. And I was in there when they had 14%, and I didn't miss any meals. So guys, I'll tell you it's a fact. Next year at this time, people in here will be selling real estate. Some will, some will not. If you choose to lead generate, then you'll be selling real estate. If you choose to back go, oh my God, 22% of buyers are not closing. What if that's true? What about the ones that are closing?
Yeah.
Go find another buyer.
So Jim, just a quick, so I don't have a percentage, but even if I pull up today's FMLS data, it's 118 back on market, 161
How many listings?
price decrease, 230 new listings.
But how many total listings though? So you see, good news, but they're back on the market.
I mean, it's not doom and gloom.
Yeah, cool. I just
trying to negotiate, but it's still happening.
Find us statistics, I'd love to hear it, okay? Keep looking to find the statistics. All right, guys, so about once a month, I get a phone, hey, Jim, it's Mary, Bill, Sue, whatever, great. I have this great commercial deal that I want to do. I go, really? Okay. Jimmy, it's $1 million. I need that money. I go, okay. Do you think I can make a commercial deal? And I tell him, no. Well, Jim, am I allowed to do it? Well, yeah, you're allowed to do it. What happens when the real estate commission calls you and says, you just closed a commercial deal and you didn't tell whether you do this in order to make the deal happen? Or you didn't have the right tools? So guys, take a minute, introduce yourselves, and answer the question, why is it not a good idea for someone in residential? Now, can they do it? Yes, but why is that not a good idea for them just to jump in for that one deal? First, Dan, let's start with you, Dan, then we'll come over to you.
Dan Fowler, if I haven't met you guys, I think I know pretty much everybody in the room, but 20-year commercial real estate, that's all I've ever done. We stay in our lane, we say, play your sandbox. So Jim's point, I've referred out a ton of residential deals. Have never touched one, never sold a house, don't want to, don't know what I'm doing. But to echo what Jim's saying, it's an ethics thing at the end of the day. Are you doing right by your client to take on a commercial deal? And the answer is no, unless you do that full time. So that's why we're here. we love referrals. In a minute, I'll tell you some of these that we've done, but this is Matt Judy, my partner.
Yeah, Matt Judy, born and raised in Roswell, been here 46 years. Actually, my birthday is Friday. So 46 years, so yeah. Sat on the Roswell City Council the last 4 years. Out of politics right now, thank God. And really using my zoning knowledge and everything I learned inside City Hall, connections to, because a commercial deal is so complex. When you get into it, you've got to know zoning, you got to know the UDC in each city. You got to know some people inside that can get you through it quick, because you could get stuck in it and the deal's going to go away. So Dan, his knowledge of 24 years, I've had my real estate license since 2016. Been here 2 years now, a little over 2 years, and really loving the culture and family and everybody here. So commercial's fun, but again, when I first got my real estate license, I sold my sister-in-law's house, and I'll never do it again.
Yeah, it's so current market conditions. I think everybody's wondering where are we, and relative to you guys. And typically speaking, commercial follows residential by about a year on the cycles. If it's down or up, it's about a year lag. But with the rate environment that we're in, everything's been accelerated. Now, I'm not saying we're going down. We are pausing. There's a hesitation. Capital markets are readjusting underwriting guidelines for you guys. Home builders in particular have been turned upside down, okay? So deals are being retraded, land deals, and I'm not saying it's the end of the world, but it is happening. That's just the facts.
What
We're
does
seeing, I'm sorry,
what does that mean?
they're being renegotiated. A lot of these national home builders have adjusted their guidelines for the rates, for the current rate environment. So it affects what they can pay for a deal,
So if they were under contract for $135 an acre, they're coming back and saying on a land deal, which they will then put homes in, they'll say, oh, well, now my lot, I can only do 30,000 per lot instead of 50,000 per lot, so now I gotta cut that rate. So I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna say, I can only pay you $115 an acre now. And so they're just coming back, they're not going away, because there's such a supply problem. There's a huge supply problem. The supply problem's not going away, but they're coming back and saying, hey, look, because of the capital markets, we have to come back in, which will be what you all are seeing in the resetting of home prices from 200,000 over asking to normal housing prices. It's not going away, it's just resetting itself to where it needs to go.
Are we 3 years underbuilt? Is that about right? Probably got 3 or 4 years to go. So like Matt said, we're not going anywhere, but there is a little bit of let's take a breath, readjust, recalibrate. That's what we're seeing. But the deals are getting done. Thankfully, we've been successful with Beazer on a handful and others. Our land deals are getting done, and that's just persistence is all it is. And like Matt said, knowing how to shepherd these deals through the process, it's an art. You got to know the right engineers. You got to know the right zoning attorneys. You got to know people in City Hall. I mean, it's complex, but not every deal requires a rezone. I mean, some of them are just transactional. It's a building. It's a shopping center, whatever it may be, an office building. So those are easy for us because we do these zoning deals that are not easy. But just in the last 12 months, I'm going to reel off some names that we've closed deals with, and they've made some handsome referral fees. Michael Cheever, Shelley Verner, Peggy Desiderio, Phyllis Simone, Kenna Dawes, John Ellinger, and Marjorie Caesar, just to name a few. So what it was, guys, was a name and a phone number, and we took the ball and ran with it. And a lot of these checks are north of 5 figures, referral checks. So just for handing over a name and a phone number, we're happy to pay referral fees. We love paying referral fees.
A lot of times we'll get a call, we've got 2 acres here on the corner, people lived here forever, I want to sell it, what do I need to do? And we say, well, what's the zoning? Well, I don't know. What are you selling it for? Do you think it's going to be redeveloped? Do you think it's going to be 2 standalone homes? So our kind of rule of thumb is hey, look, if it's not a single family home, that's where we come in, because then we can start figuring out what the highest and best use of that property is. Because if you don't know what the highest and best use, you're not gonna get the highest and best price for your client. And you're also not gonna get the highest and best check. So, because that piece of property could be sitting somewhere that can be used elsewhere based on the zoning code, and you could, double what it's worth if you know what's.
In many cases, these sellers don't know what they have. We went and looked at 2 buildings in Virginia Highlands, that was from Kenna, a couple weeks ago, and this guy was like, can y'all just tell me what I have? Am I undervalued here? Am I getting the right rental rate? So he's hiring us as consultants to basically guide him and educate him, and he's gonna hire us to list it. So that happens a lot. I mean, these guys inherit property and they're like, I don't know what I got. What can I do with this?
He was around $15 a square foot for a rental rate.
Market rate's 30.
Market rate's 30.
And he's woefully, under market on his rental rates. So it's an education, it's ongoing education. That's a lot of what we do.
The other thing is we have a tool called CoStar. It's very expensive. I think we pay close to $400 a month for CoStar now. And CoStar is all commercial, 100% commercial. And it's got everything, it's like FMLS for your side, but it has everything that's in the commercial market. It's got all the comps, so it's a tool that we use on a daily basis, like going into FMLS.
Hey, so yesterday I got a phone call, and this lady said to me, she said, I've got a building that my client wants me to sell. It's commercial. Can I sell it? I go, okay, can you? And the answer is what?
Yes.
Yes.
But give me a reason why she really should not try to sell that commercial building. Dan?
Because she doesn't know what she has. Quite frankly.
Say again.
She doesn't know what she has. So yeah, again, we're educators. 90% of what we do is walk the client through, hey, here's the process, here's what you have, here's what it looks like, here's where we're gonna end up. Yes, sir.
I think it's a key thing to realize, and I've done a couple of deals with these guys. I actually have one going right now with me and Cheever. Yes, you can do a deal as a residential agent. You will be laughed out of the room, right, if you try to do a commercial deal on a GAR form like you normally do. So, I mean, when I look at our forms and how we put a deal together and how they put a deal together, theirs is on a napkin, right? I mean, it's called a letter of intent. It's just a letter that says we intend to buy this. And the average timeline on the commercial deals is not like a residential deal. So you think you're gonna get it under contract. The reason they make so much money on a deal is because the months and years of work that they do. So don't attempt it.
That's a good point on the contracts. That's absolutely valid.
Well,
a GAR form will get you. People are going to look at that and go, "What is this?" I hate to say it, but it's just.
We just had one of those. Hold on. We just had one of those that we did, and the people we did it with now want to call the person's broker because they were they've never done a commercial deal, and it was on the other side, and they were like, this is not a good situation.
The contract was a mess.
I mean, it was a big mess. They didn't know they had what an Alta survey was. I mean, it was a huge mess. Sorry.
Okay, so help us understand what you're seeing on the commercial side. Are you seeing vacancy rates go up? Are you seeing migration of certain companies to our area, and what area? Because for those of us who have rental properties, we would like to be able to talk to our clients and say, hey, Microsoft is moving here, or hey, vacancy rates are going up in the market. So talk to us about that.
Well, it's always has been, always will be about the jobs, right?
Yes.
JOBS. So we're leading the nation. Unemployment's the lowest it's ever been in Georgia, as we sit here. And yeah, in migration, we're leading the nation in people moving. It's the Sun Belt, but Georgia's #1. So that's all positive, right? So yes, you're starting to see some layoffs, some pretty sizable layoffs.
Okay.
Not really affecting us as we sit here. We're on solid footing. Rates are affecting everything. We can't sugarcoat that. No matter what asset class, when the rates are doing this, it's going to affect some things. But no, in terms of migration, population, and unemployment, we're good to go. we're good
And
to go.
where are you?
Our deals are getting done.
Where are you
thankfully.
seeing people migrating from the most?
I don't really know. I think nationwide. I mean, I
Okay.
don't really know the answer to that, but they're coming.
Right,
They're
and,
coming.
and what's the name of that mall? North Point Mall?
Yeah.
What are they doing with that
To be
mall?
determined. They're trying to
Okay.
squeeze out some more multifamily. It'll happen. It's gonna happen. But they've gone from, I think, probably 1,000 multifamily units. They've shaved that back. But the developer's trying to max out their residential component of that.
But it's
So they're still working through City Hall on that.
one other thing, so it's, and this is where Matt comes in, right? It's very political, okay? And it comes down to, and everyone in here knows that Canton and Woodstock and Ball Ground are all growing and everything. It's not as simple as Uncle Fred selling 100 acres of his farm and could put in, 2,000 homes. It's a huge undertaking, not only from the services that go in there, but the city, right? Like the city of Canton turns down multi-unit developments left and right.
Prime example is downtown Alpharetta. That was 15 years in the making. Okay, but it takes decades to master plan this stuff and then execute on a plan. So I'm echoing what Rob's saying. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes a lot of planning, a lot of hand wringing, a lot of charrettes, a lot of this stuff with citizens and neighbors. And, hey, what do y'all want? I mean, this stuff, it's a slow burn, but once it happens, it's like lighting a fuse. Yes, sir.
So the same way that we have first-time home buyers for residential, we might have people asking for commercial.
Yes.
Like, what do you think about commercial? Is it a good business to get into? What is your take on that? If we have that and we have those questions.
Name and a phone number. Just call us and we'll call them and that's all we need.
You're gonna ask like, do I need to have a lot of money? It's easy, credit wise and all this kind of thing. So it's just to have, we can find that simple information, just
Well,
to
that's-
start a conversation.
Yeah, we have commercial lenders that we use to qualify folks like that. And we had one, matter of fact, about a month ago that talked a good talk. And we peeled the onion back on him and he had no shot. He was looking at a $2 million building, he couldn't buy a $500,000 building. So we're just not, like you guys, we all do this stuff. I mean, a lot of our clients, we know, they got the money, we don't have to ask the question, but if somebody off the street, yeah, we're gonna pre-qualify. So they can tell you, again, trust but verify, right? So, yeah.
I have a question for Matt, since we're talking about rezoning, right? You said you were on board. Do you know when they're gonna make a final decision for Alpharetta and the school rezoning?
Oh, the school, yeah, so the school board's a completely different thing. Fulton County's going through that right now. They're supposed to take a, November 6th or 8th. They're supposed to, I can't remember which day, they're supposed to give a final plan. And then the final plan will be voted on December 6th. So they're gonna give a final plan, the school board's gonna present a final plan on the 6th or 8th of November. And then in December, it will be voted upon by the school board. So in between November 8th through 6th in December, gotta get to them, whatever needs to be changed. I know there's a lot of people freaking out whether they're gonna end up in Milton or, Roswell. I mean, one of the maps had half of Horseshoe Bend in Roswell going to Milton. And people went nuts. It was crazy.
Can
It didn't
we-
make any sense.
Can we attend those meetings, or how can we
Yes, you
encourage
can.
our clients to attend those meetings, and where to find that information?
Absolutely. Fulton County School Board, just Google that. And they have got all the meetings for redistrict. They have a whole page for redistricting there. And they've got all the information.
And part of it is because those areas are growing and changing, right?
Correct.
Commercially, that is the reason why they have to do that?
Well, that, because yes, there's more homes going in, more businesses and homes and everything. So when the businesses comes, there's gotta be homes. And so if you follow the businesses, there's gotta be more housing there. And so what happens is they have to then balance numbers for each school. And they get way off. And they also have, schools there, English is a second language that they try to balance out where they can then work, you make the school more diverse. So they're looking at demographics, they're looking at numbers, they're looking at businesses, they're looking at home growth around there. There's so much goes into it. I talked to the school board member the other day, and unfortunately, the school board members aren't a part of it. There's a whole committee that, and then they present it to the school board members. So you can call your school board member all you want. They don't really have a say. They just have a final vote.
So do you see any other areas that will be growing commercially around Metro Atlanta?
Oh, yeah.
Well, all your,
Can you point some out, like what's growing, what's
all your
changing?
city centers, I mean, you're seeing the Alpharettas, even, the Cantons.
What
we've
about
been-
Roswell, downtown Roswell?
Downtown Roswell's, yes, what has been approved by this guy 4 or 5 years ago, coming out of the ground, but new rezonings, not really. They've kind of hit the pause button in Roswell, but all these little city centers, it's mushrooming out from there.
Coming.
Is that also
Even up to Dawsonville.
the malls that they're now converting into
Yes.
mixed use? That seems to be happening all over.
Huge, and all those, and the only.
Traditional mall's dead.
What they've learned is they have to put density around something, because everybody wants to walk.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so if you don't have a walkable community around retail, it dies. And so that's what you're seeing now with these little cities, the Halcyons, the Avalons, North Point Mall, new city center up in Cumming. I mean, we drove out to Duluth and
Suwannee, Sugar
Suwannee,
Hill.
Lawrenceville, Sugar Hill. I mean,
It's
all these, that's where you're seeing the growth coming, the dense and around the retail and restaurant in the middle, growing out.
Well, some municipalities that have an appetite for rooftops, some don't, and they're just gonna die a slow death. I mean, that's just the reality of it. If you don't allow people to move into your city, then what are you doing? You're just slamming the door shut.
We have a question over here.
Yes, ma'am.
William.
Yes, ma'am.
One step back, a question about our hometown East Cap. Do you see anything moving around East Cap? And then I have a second question.
What, redevelopment wise?
Yes.
I can tell you anecdotally that about 3 years ago, Jamestown bought Park Air Mall. Jamestown doesn't buy suburban malls. And I think they did that in anticipation of the cityhood that just got blistered at the polls. But that, I think their thought was that was gonna be downtown Park Air. Answer is not a lot on the drawing board right now in terms of redevelopment. I mean, they're starting here at the Avenues with this kind of small little, whatever they're doing in the back there. Hopefully that thing gets blown up. I mean, it needs to be, and over time, and it'll phase it in. But again, I mean, I'm born and raised right here. I went to Walton High School. And so what's the appeal for this kind of school cluster is, I hate to say it, but there's no apartments, right? But, I'm gonna echo what I just said, we're starting to see more towns and stuff like that. You got the development of Roswell and Johnson Ferry around the new church. Over here in Old Town, you're seeing, so that's smart. I don't know if multifamily is gonna fly, here. It might, if it's done right, but Class A, I mean, you look at downtown Roswell, for instance, City Walk apartments that everybody was up in arms about. It's absolutely been a catalyst for downtown Roswell. So you really don't know what you got until it's there. People just can't see the forest for the tree. Yeah, it's a long answer to your question. In time, I think it's going to start there at the Avenues. Park Air is due.
And also the corner of Shallowford and Johnson Ferry.
Yeah,
like,
North Point.
with
That's
North
right,
Point.
townhomes,
Yeah,
100 and some
townhomes.
townhomes, some retail.
And they're
Yeah.
gonna be expensive too.
Yeah, second question.
Yeah, it'll be.
Yes, you mentioned that you have access to CoStar.
Yeah.
And CoStar is FMLA. On the other hand, there are LoopNet. What is the difference between them? What I heard, we had a presentation from CoStar here. And guys were saying that if we are as agents posting some commercial deals on FMLS, it will be copied to CoStar. To LoopNet. But people is searching at LoopNet, but professionals on CoStar. What is the mess? What's going on there, and how to understand?
Yeah,
Zillow and the MLS.
Yeah, LoopNet's more the marketing arm of CoStar. CoStar is heavy on research. Yes, there are lists.
CoStar owns LoopNet.
Yeah, they bought it.
I understand.
Yeah.
So, but they're separate but equal. So there's two separate subscriptions. So you have a CoStar subscription, then you have a LoopNet subscription side by side, even though CoStar owns them. So there's different levels of membership or whatever, so spots, whatever, subscription. So yeah, you really want to push your listings out on LoopNet. That's where the broad audience, you know, and then CoStar is more your, the answer is the difference is research versus marketing. Kind of, that's the difference.
So we have a property that we are hopefully going under contract here in about an hour. That LoopNet was where it came from. And we paid for a premium subscription on LoopNet for the last 6 months because it wasn't getting many views. So we put it on and it had over, last time we looked, 68,000 views and 12,800 unique visitors had seen that piece of property. And finally it paid off, and it's, I mean, the $1,000 we paid for the last 6 months of it being on LoopNet, over and above CoStar, it's gonna end up paying off. So it's just a different market, and people can look at LoopNet from just a Google search versus CoStar they can't see.
It's another benefit to y'all,
right?
Because that stuff's on our dime, that's coming out of our pocket. So again, another added benefit for you guys, just handing over a name and a phone number, we'll take it. It's nothing out of your pocket.
I just have one question. Do you have any timing on what they're doing with Town Center? I've seen the 4 phases.
Town Center Cobb.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen much on that lately. I know there's plans, but yeah, again, that'll be probably going to be a slow burn, especially in this current. I think people are just pausing right now. Capital markets are just coming up for air. Answer is I don't know the timing on it.
A lot of these companies are also waiting on building costs to go down.
Right.
Concrete, glass right now is at an all-time high. Wood's come down a little bit. So, you know, when they go through this process, it's all kind of, and Armada Hoffler over in Roswell at the Southern Post Project, they just jumped on it and they were able to order all their stuff before everything went like that. So they're on it. They hedged their street and they're out of the ground right now.
Do you have any information about MARTA transportation and how that affects like commercial and things of that sort?
Well, you're seeing these, some of these stations now are being converted to mixed use. Is it Bankhead? One of them in Midtown. They just approved it, MARTA did, they're going vertical at one of the stations. I mean, that's big time. That's thinking, that's forward thinking.
Yeah.
Expansion of MARTA is a big issue for Atlanta. It's not coming across the river in Fulton anytime soon. It's not coming to Cobb anytime soon. It's not going to Gwinnett. So we're just stuck in this middle spot, talking about Metro Atlanta, and that 80% of the people still have to get in a car, even to get to MARTA. You know what I mean? So the answer is, yes, mass transit is always a great thing, where it's welcome, and getting it approved is the challenge.
Yeah.
And to Dan's point, bus rapid transit is going to be the new thing up and down 400. We're working on a project, a medical project over on 400 and Holcomb Bridge, and we're pitching a bus rapid. There's a bus rapid transit that's supposed to go in the middle of Holcomb Bridge. We're pitching to work with MARTA on that bus rapid transit program. Bus rapid transit, for you to don't know, is basically a train with wheels. It just goes and it has stops. It's got its own lane and it goes. So you can get on it. It's going to run all the way up to McFarland and go all the way down to Buckhead, and then you'll either jump on a train to the airport or wherever you want to go. But it's got to run straight up and down, so you'll know your travel time versus getting on a bus, and that's a lot cheaper than heavy or light rail. So that's where they're going with this. And to answer your question, the commercial, we talk to people all the time. If it's serviced by bus rapid transit, mass transit, it brings the workers. They can get their workforce there. So it makes the price of the property go like this. So anywhere you can get it, and I know a lot of people, especially in the northern suburbs, have been hesitant to mass transit, and I think that's foolish because every other city that's very successful has mass transit and a good mass transit system. Because if I can drive up to Holcomb Bridge, park in a lot, get on and be at the airport and not have to worry about the time, I know how much time it is, more people are gonna move up here. So what you kind of see now, especially with the working from home stuff, is in McFarland, you can go, I mean, now you can live up in Dahlonega be there, know your trip time to the airport. And that's what a lot of people will do, because they can do that now, because it takes out the variable.
So is that for certain that they're,
So the Biden administration gave a lot of money to mass transit, and the leaders here have worked really hard, GDOT and MARTA and everything, to get, they call it mega fund money, yes, and so the 400 project is gonna happen, and they are starting that. They just put out the bids, they'll probably go start working on the transit stuff next fall.
started, and then how long would that project take?
Government.
We'll speculate on that.
I think you're looking at 2028, 2029.
It's a massive project.
Yeah.
Anything else?
So we've got some cards here. Please take our cards, and anytime you'll have any questions or have any leads or just want to talk,
let us know where we can help. Yes, ma'am.
So your attitude towards what's happening in commercial, are you, and I already know the answer to this because I talk to you guys all the time. Are you hopeful, or are you downbeat, or are you like level?
No, we're level.
Level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, when rates are hypersonic,
Yeah.
it's gonna affect everything.
Yeah, yeah.
But we're not doing this.
Right.
Nobody jump out the window. We're not going down like this. Because we're on, financially, we're structurally sound. It's not like 08, 09, we're throwing money out the window. You could fog and mirror, you'll get a $2 million A&D loan and start developing something.
I also think when we get past the commercials, no matter what happens next Tuesday, everybody will feel a lot better.
Come up for air, everybody take a deep breath.
Right. My kid's YouTube is like, we'll be driving down the road and he'll say something like, what in the world?
Yeah.
And we just gotta get past it.
Yes, yes. And we will.
Thank you for your time.
Yep. Pick up a card on your way out.
So guys, my buddy back there, Jeff Hart, so he's sitting in the article he posted, and guess who the source is? Redfin. Someone tell me who
Redfin?
Tell me who Redfin is. Who are they?
Not doing well.
Say it again.
Not doing well.
They're a brokerage, exactly right, so guys, okay? And according to this article that Jeff sent me, okay? It says home buyers are backing out of deals at a record high rate in these 10 U.S. cities, okay? Number one is Jacksonville, Florida. They're at 26%. Las Vegas, 23%. Atlanta, 22.6%. Now, guys, so what is that? And that's in print. Jeff Simpson, it must be true, okay?
Well, Florida just had a massive weather.
Yes. Say it again?
Florida just had a massive hurricane, so no one's rushing there right now.
Okay, someone just had a hurricane, no one's rushing there, okay? Everybody rushing out of there, questions?
Everyone's going
Do they still love Jacksonville? You see Jacksonville going under today? Sir?
I will say, I sent that to Jeff and I was reading through it, but it doesn't say that the buyers backed out, it just says that the deals didn't close. That
That's
they
a
fell
different
through.
article too.
Yeah.
It's a different one? Because I had that same numbers, but.
And is it Redfin numbers or is it all the numbers?
It says Redfin, what it says. It says.
So I'm saying, is it
Redfin.
Redfin clients back?
Yeah.
It says new data from Redfin.
So it's not everybody.
Right, so guys, so is that the same as last year? Is that different than last year? I mean, guys, this is the type of stuff that just makes me will scream, like it says here.
I think it's part of the problem.
What do you say?
I think there's a lot of fear mongering going on.
All right, tell me what you mean by that.
Headline. The buyers are seeing all this stuff in the news, and so it must be true. And then I think part of the problem, or the challenge that we have is trying to counteract what they're seeing in all of the headlines that they're seeing from Redfin is to, they just see it all. And so our challenge is to kind of redirect them and make sure that they're getting accurate information that's specific to Atlanta or even the area that they want to live in. So that is the challenge that I'm seeing, and they like even just telling them even if house prices stay the same or go to little, if interest rates go, I mean, it's just, the thing that I hear a lot is we're just gonna wait until house prices go down. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Say that one more time. We're just gonna wait until when?
Yeah, house prices go down.
Jesus may come back first. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to be political, but guys, really? I mean, guys.
I mean, I hear that a lot. from.
Tell them that this will all know,
I
right?
know, so then, so then I'll do like a chart for them that says, okay, even if this house price goes down this much, if interest rates have gone up, then this house is still costing you more. Or, you know, then when market, interest rates do go down, then it's just, the demand is gonna go up again, so I think there's gonna be a lot of pent up, demand. That's the most common, I guess, thing I hear.
So with Gary Keller, I'm on a phone call about 2 months ago, and he said, I quote, get ready, next year's gonna be a rough year for real estate. So I questioned, I said, tell me what that means. Tell me what that means. Because I just gave you some stats, tell me what it means though. And he said that there are gonna be a lot fewer home sales. Well, is it possible that next year, because of higher rates, that we have fewer home sales? Is that possible?
Yes.
Okay. Right. But tell me the facts, okay? Do we still have a severe shortage of houses?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that fact?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so with Mark King, everybody know Mark King is, right?
Yes.
President of our company, brilliant guy, like him a lot, but I'm a Mark King fan, okay? And he said, basically, next 12, 14 months is gonna be tough. Really? Tell me what that means. So that's two different companies. Now, who knows who Clark Howard is? Okay, so if I will ask you who you don't trust more in the Atlanta market, Clark Howard or Gary Keller and Mark King, who would you trust?
Clark Howard.
Why is that?
Because he's here, he's from here,
Boots
and
on
he
the
lives,
ground.
and
He
he's
lives
all
here.
about here.
And when I quoted Clark Howard and Mark King, he goes, who's that? I
Right.
said, what are our secret weapons, okay? What do you think Clark Howard says about the market in Atlanta, Georgia? What do you think he says?
I heard him just say recently, and it was exactly what we heard in this meeting, was that you're basically dating the rate, you're marrying the house, and if you've got a budget to buy a house, then now is still the great time to buy a house, because you can always refinance.
So I'm looking at a different article. There's an article that said, what is the #1 place to live in the United States right now? Say it again. Atlanta, Georgia. Clark quoted that article. He says, according to Money Magazine, pretty good source, you know what I mean? Probably better than Redfin. I'm sorry, guys, I'm big bad. Forgive me about it. But anyway, but Money Magazine says this is the what? #1 place to live. So you're gonna put your hat on #1 place to live, or someone in Redfin that says 43% of our deals are not closing? Guys, yes, ma'am.
One of the things that always comes to mind for me is every life event is good for real estate. Death in the family, divorce, job loss, new job, new baby, get married, it's all good for real estate.
Extremely high
And
rents.
none of those things change just because the market shifts.
And life doesn't stop.
Right.
Life does not stop now. So guys, I'm gonna give you an inside trade information right now. So everybody get your pens ready to write down, okay? Go to any small town that's dead right now, that's just totally dead, and buy a house.
Yes. Yes.
Go to any small town right now that's dead and buy a house. There's houses up there for $14,000. You know that?
Yes.
Now, why would I tell you to do that?
Well, because we're still in an appreciating market.
So eventually, are we gonna run out of land here in East Cobb, Georgia?
Yeah.
Have we already?
Yeah.
And so the ones that used to live in East Cobb have moved where?
North Cherokee.
And they're expanding to wherever, but they know wherever, guys. So guys, at some point, our small town is gonna be revitalized. They have to be. Why is that?
They have more land.
What you say again?
No more room.
More room, exactly right. I've got a little house that I own in Marion, Virginia, that it is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with an extra buildable lot. And last time I looked, it's worth $120,000. For the buildable lot. Now, so the day that I leave this earth, that's gonna stay in my state. Why? Because one of these days, would that be worth $1 million? 100%, guys. So if you want some insider trade information right now, go to a little tiny town that's dead and go buy yourself a house. And you'll probably rent it also. Just go buy yourself, go buy your grandchildren or your aunts and uncles, whoever, buy them 100 acres someplace. Just buy it, put it in your pocket and just hold on to it. Will it be worth some money one of these days?
Yeah.
Do you think we're gonna run out of land? I mean, guys, it's happening. Happening right now, guys. So guys, I just reject anybody that tells me next year is gonna be a rough year. And I love Gary Keller. I'm like a Gary Keller. I follow everything he says, but I question, okay, Gary, what does that mean? So next year, what do you all see happening next year? In commercial, what do you see happening next year in commercial, guys? What do y'all see?
Slow but steady. I mean, not slow, but steady. We're not doing this. We're just gonna
Slow but steady.
just keep it in our lane.
So I shouldn't sell all my commercial properties, yeah?
No, hang on to them.
I have none, so that's good.
Hey, remember in migration here.
Exactly.
It's just jobs and migration.
Jobs and migration. Hey, is this a good place to come find a job? How's our job market right now, by the way, guys? How is it?
Lowest unemployment ever.
Lowest unemployment ever.
In the state.
In the state, lowest ever, okay, guys? All right, so guys, how do you see the interest rates next year? What do you say?
Down.
Going down, Jeff, what do you say?
Interest rates.
Going down?
Inflation is gonna go down, rates are gonna go down.
That's what Doug Duncan said.
Isn't that what Doug Duncan said? Isn't that what Doug Duncan said? Who's Doug Duncan? Chief Thomas for who? Think he's smart? Think he studied the market? You gonna believe Redfin, or you gonna believe Doug Duncan? Drive me crazy.
I just say, I'm an analytical person, so I just look at numbers and I put emotions aside. And to me, we all know with limited inventory, home prices are not gonna go down. We know that home prices go down from July to December by about 7 to 8% every year regardless, which is what they've done this year. And we're hearing that interest rates are gonna creep down. People are gonna realize home prices aren't going to go down. They're already getting accustomed to 7%, well, 7.5% just last week. When it goes down to 6%, we're gonna have the same environment we had early spring last year. So I think you got pent up demand, people sitting on the sidelines, interest rates gonna come down. Hey, these house prices aren't coming down, now I guess I better listen to my real estate agent and actually buy a house. So I don't think gloom and doom, I think hang on in this.
Well stated. That's well stated. Guys, 40 years ago, right now, we're gonna close. Jim Alexander was preparing for his real estate exam. 4 years ago, prepared my real estate exam. I passed it the first time. I had to wait 2 weeks to hear my results because there was no computers to see the results on, guys. And no, I did not come over on Noah's Ark. I didn't. Guys, but do you know how many houses my first year in real estate were on the market over $1 million?
0.
In all of Metro Atlanta, there was one house over $1 million. I thought, $1 million house? Are you kidding me? Will they ever get that much money for it? And it was a huge estate on Valley Road, which is in Buckhead. So how many houses are out there right now for $1 million?
Somebody said a million.
They're everywhere, aren't they? Exactly right, Jake. So if you think housing prices are going to fall in the next 5, 6, 12, 13, 18 months, might they not go up as high? Or are they going to fall? Are they going to fall? Do y'all see it happening? Yes, and done.
My first year in the $1 Million Club, my average price was $23,500. It took 52 sales to make the $1 Million Club in 1979. I sold one house for $52,000, and I just couldn't imagine that I would get that much commission ever again.
Look at Dottie, she's still selling, you guys.
Times change.
Doug Duncan said something that resonated with me. He said that 90% of a recession is mental. Tell me what that means. 9% of recession for people with mental. What does that mean?
Sorry, Jim, can you say that? I couldn't hear.
9% of a recession is often mental. What does that mean?
It means you focus on something, and then we all do it, I'm guilty of it. You focus so much on whatever, and then you get paralyzed with fear. You're so paralyzed that you don't take action.
That's true.
Right? And then whatever the results are from not taking action, that's what throws you into whatever depression, recession, whatever it is. So, yeah.
You project out what you have internally put into your mindset.
Yes.
You know, it's all about mindset.
Yeah.
Obviously there's reality and tangible things, but at the end of the day, it's what you portray and what you think and how you're going to achieve that's going to bring you success at whatever level that looks like for you. So you really have to look at, that's how I live each day. I think about the joy of this day because I might not have tomorrow. And when you have that mindset, it changes how you do everything.
Next year's gonna be a great year for us. Now, will it be our best year? I don't want to answer that question. I know that we're going to have people that are going to do really, really well in this office. People are going to do really well in this office. They're going to thrive. We have others that are not going to thrive. They're going to think, oh no, this is good. I don't have anybody to call. So guys, if you want to set a great expectation next year to do on real estate, come see one of us and we'll help you find whatever platform you want to help you build a great business. So guys, we know what to do for you to be successful. So guys, last but not least, if you get a commercial deal, I'll advise attention on that, okay? Can you sell that piece of commercial property? Can you?
Yes.
Yes.
Say one more time.
Yes, yes, yes.
And please don't leave here saying, well, it says I can't sell commercial real estate here, so I'm gonna go call the banker. They're not gonna do that. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is that the best use of your time, since you don't have CoStar. Since you don't know how to get something through the Roswell City Council on getting something approved, guys, I'm just saying, should you? And the answer is most of the time is not. And please don't go to them and say, hey guys, I want to work alongside you. I want you to teach me how to do this. What does that do, guys? No, they're not going to do that because they have to share commission with you and also teach. You should pay them to do that, guys. Anything I left out? Anything we need to talk about? Any questions? If that confuses anybody, which I do often these days. Rob, anything you want to add to this at all?
Jim, can I just say?
100%.
One more reminder, please go to Miriam's Caravan, you guys, she's doing a nice presentation display, it's only a 20-minute drive. I know it's a little further, let's get out of our East Cobb bubble, y'all, let's go see some other areas, but no, it's a great listing, she's got food, she's got Starbucks gift cards, I know you'll sit early, but I just want to remind you, so please go see it.
Why did you own Caravan?
So you know your inventory.
Say it again?
You'll know your inventory.
You know the inventory. You know the inventory, guys. That going on Caravan. We used to take a whole day and just go preview properties. So we know the inventory. Anyway, guys, go support if you can. Kim, anything else we did not do? Thank you all. You are dismissed. Have a good day. Thanks, guys.
We have a meeting later, yeah?
Yeah.
You buying lunch? I'm not sure.
It's 2 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock. I'll bring you an apple.
That feels like
If anybody has any comments,